Welcome back, lawn lovers. BW here. Hey, let's do a little overseeding today. It's June 15th today, and I've decided to overseed this part of last fall's renovation. It's amazing how well it's doing considering all of the shade this area gets, but I'd like to give it a little help in the shadiest area close to the fence. Now that spring is here and the long days of summer are coming, it's receiving the most sunlight it can possibly get, and will really help to get the grass going here. Come on down and take a closer look. See, it's looking pretty good, but here's the spot where I had to kill a little quackgrass and got a little exuberant with the weed and grass killer. Oops! It's a little thin near the chain link fence, and even thinner next to the wooden fence. My grass has always been a little thin next to the wooden fence. The fence runs nearly east and west, creating shade most of the day. There's a thin area near the gate, and I'm not sure why, and a larger area in the middle, where the grass seed just didn't seem to take very well. Washout or slightly compacted soil could have caused this, but with all the shade, everything else needs to be nearly perfect to get a good coverage on the very first attempt at seeding. You may have also noticed some white powdery mildew down in the shadiest corner here. I seeded this renovation with Bluebank Kentucky Bluegrass. It's a midnight type of bluegrass. All types of bluegrass can get powdery mildew, but midnights are particularly susceptible to it. It rarely harms the grass, but it looks unsightly in the spring and fall when it's active. Bluebank is very highly rated for shade, but its vulnerability to powdery mildew is never mentioned. Until now, that is. Along with my spreader and seed, these are the only tools I'll be using today: a rake, Garden Weasel, sled, and top dressing. I just gave this area a quick sprinkle of water to soften up the soil, and now I'm going over it with the Garden Weasel to till the soil a little bit. It's amazing how well this tool works, with minimal damage to the existing grass. The grass seed can fall right into the loosened soil now. This goes quickly. It only took me about 9 minutes to do this. I decided to hand sprinkle some of the seed along the edge near the fences, since those areas didn't seem to get enough seed when I planted last fall. Then I'll use the spreader to spread the rest of the seed. This time I'll be using Bewitched Kentucky Bluegrass. It's a compact type of bluegrass that is very shade tolerant and resistant to powdery mildew. Now I'll have a mixture of bluegrasses here, but this mixture should look good together and stand up to the shade and powdery mildew very well. I'll let them fight it out to see which one likes it better here. This seed is 4 years old now. I bought it in the spring of 2016 and have kept it in a sealed plastic bag in a nice cool dry place. So even though it's old, I still hope to get good germination from the seed. It may look like I'm wandering around aimlessly, but I'm concentrating on the thinnest areas and spreading the seed over a larger area to blend it in and fortify it with the powdery mildew resistant grass. Okay, now it's time to apply some top dressing to the seed. I'm using a product made just for this purpose. It contains compost and organic matter. These types of products are easy to find at your big box store. You can also use straight peat moss, compost, or topsoil. Peat moss and compost are usually pretty light, but this product is very heavy. The only time I like to use top dressing is when I'm seeding very thin or bare areas. It holds the seed in place and helps to keep the seed moist after watering. It's best to spread this out very thinly. You only need 1/8 of an inch. More than that can bury your seed too deeply and prevent it from growing. Sometimes I get it too thick and sometimes I get it too thin, but it's worth the effort to protect the seed. I use the same overseeding process anytime I need to fill bare spots in the lawn. Now it's time to water. I'll be watering 1 to 3 times a day, 10 to 15 minutes each time, at around 10:30, 12 o'clock, and 3 o'clock, but never later than 5 o'clock because the grass, but not the soil, needs to dry out before nightfall to prevent fungus from wiping it all out. I can use some fungicide to help prevent that from happening. I need to keep the seeds and soil moist, but not soggy, and then water correctly all summer long if I want the new grass to survive the heat of the summer. That's a big commitment, and why I always try to avoid seeding in the spring. Most spring seedings of Kentucky bluegrass don't do very well, but dense shade can require a spring seeding. Here's what it looks like 2 weeks later. The new grass is off to a great start, and even with all the heavy work with the top dressing, the entire overseeding only took me about an hour to accomplish. Don't forget to subscribe, and remember, you can do it.